The new Fireside, sponsored by
The new Mr. H.
and Lidl. Not really. Fucking smoke keeps going in our eyes. Made a mistake in a previous video. I do apologise. It is actually the TTIP is actually the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, not international. I do get things wrong, don't I? That comes from not kind of looking at your sources properly. Yeah, Michael James, hello to you, sir. He's been an avid viewer of for a while and leaving positive comments. And he asked us the question: what do we think is going to happen in the next 25 years? What's the future? Well, I suppose that depends on us, really. If we carry on just talking about things, clicking mouses and sharing slogans, I think things will just carry on going as they will. That I can't see there being a benefit system or much of one in 25 years, can you?
And I think it'll still be there because I think these lot will have been booty out there then.
I don't know. See, the thing is, the present system, both sides are dictated to by the same force, you see. So it's one of them, you know. It's entirely up to us, and it's an expansive question, really. If the TTIP goes through, as the basically, I'm saying basically a lot. I'm sorry, it's stirrer. Everything will be run by the corporate sector. The National Health Service will be run by the corporate sector. Everything will be run by the corporate sector, which means services will be second to profit. Like this bloke from that Turin's Pharmaceuticals. Are you familiar with this story?
What?
Who hiked the price of this HIV Daraprim,
Oh, yeah.
this HIV tablet for toxoplasmosis. I think he hiked the price from $13 a tablet to $750 a tablet because this company had just bought the generic rights to it. And that's a kind of one of the things with these partnerships, these trade partnerships, is it gives pharmaceutical companies a longer hold on the patent before cheaper versions can emerge from other companies. But not just that, Michael. My arm's sore, Michael. I apologise. Surveillance. In 25 years' time, will we all be wearing a microchip? You know, will we all be chipped? They talk about IntelliStreets, where you have these lampposts that they have facial recognition on. They have microphones to hear what you're saying. They also have voice recognition, so they can pick out your voice out of millions of different voices just by, obviously, each voice has a kind of, we all like resonate at different frequencies. So it's basically, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing with this camera. I've got sore arms, Michael. I apologise. I'm not trying to show you my face a lot. The future, it kind of seems like a bit bleak, to be honest with you. If we believe all we're told, and the way things are going with the control, food will in 25 years' time, will we all be eating genetically modified food that gives animals in laboratories cancer and things like that? Will there be any organic? There's all these questions we need to ask. Will there be organic food in 25 years? If you were caught growing tomatoes in your greenhouse, will you get some kind of fucking private security firm owned by the corporate sector, because the police are not owned by the government anymore? The police will be run by the corporate sector. So you get some Stasi coming in your house with fucking, you know, in battle militia dress with machine guns, like fucking marching you out for fucking the crime of growing tomatoes. It's all very apocalyptic, I suppose. But the thing is, don't be frightened of these things, because when you're frightened and you're in that state, it does nobody any good. You've got to keep positive and keep strong no matter what happens. And people need to get. I think the people from the Fireside, I think we should all start something, right? What do you think? Some kind of movement? You know, I'm not purporting to be the figurehead and you pay us £30 a ticket for come round the Fireside. You know what I mean? And eat peppered steak and mini rolls. Then you say, oh, I only got one fucking mini roll and a little small cube of peppered steak. The cunts charge me 50 quid for to sit with them. You know. But I just think people should get together instead of falling out with each other and talk, share ideas, let people what's not going on. Even the Flock Stars and X Factor Brigade need to be informed about the way the world is, and people need to be woke up. Now, some people aren't ready to be woke up yet, and anyway, I've talked enough for this video. I'm not sure I'm talking bollocks, Michael, because you know I'm no analyst, or I'm not from the London School of Economics. I'm from the Lawrence School of fucking idiots. So over to you. Any thoughts on this?
I think in 25 years' time, I'm going to stick my neck out here, and all this now where people are running round headless about the Illuminati, etc. It'll be something different. It'll be something new. We've always had these perceived enemies. In the 80s, it was the Soviets, the unknown, and that's a form of control. And I think it'll just disappear. All this thing of this Illuminati and stuff, it'll just disappear. We'll be on to something else. Remember, your gurus by this point, Alex Jones and that, they're either going to be dead, you know, or slavering into their own lap in some nursing home somewhere. So we'll be looking towards somebody new. You know.
It's did you know that the Illuminati has now come out now? It has a website. It has a website. If it is the real, and you can buy books on the Illuminati, and there's a promotional video online. I'm not sure if it's a fucking spoof. But you have all these idiots, and they're actually selling triangle fucking necklaces with an eye in the middle. You know, the eye of Horus and things.
No.
Well,
Fashion houses jumping on it.
It's everything. All of this, call it what you will, boils down to control and compliancy. As I've said before, you know, that's how the world works. You're compliant and you bend over the table, you know, long enough and hard enough, you'll rise on and you'll ascend in whatever field that you're in. You know what I mean? If you comply, if you allow yourself to be controlled, you know. I just don't know what the future holds, Michael, to be truthful with you. I hope to Christ that we can all get it together and stop calling each other and bickering, and people can start working together. Communities need to start working together. People need to start, you know, working, like starting small community groups. What do all kind of stuff, like, you know, their own gardening and stuff like that, growing their own foods and things like that, helping each other. Will people do this though? I think people will just be fucking too busy. The
thing is though with that, it starts off with good intentions. That people do start, like, you know, you see these little groups and they get laughed at in the beginning, don't they, the leader of it all, look at him, the neighbourhood watch guy and all this. It's conditioned for us to take piss out of them. But eventually, I think there's a little bit of corruption comes in with them people as well.
It's like that, is it George Orwell, Animal Farm, and basically, no matter who gets in, after a while they start fucking taking piss, doesn't it? Perhaps humans are just inherently fucking bad animals, and they just...
Well, when Lenin took over from the Tsars, you know, and they had the revolution there in 1917, the very thing he brought back within 2 years was secret police, because he realised he needed them. Otherwise he was going to get removed.
Yeah.
And so it goes on and it goes on and it goes on.
Yeah.
You know.
I suppose if you're the hardest man in the street, at the end of the day it becomes a burden, because the man from the next town's going to want to spark you out for his own legend and reputation, and it goes on and then you grow old, and then you know,
some kid comes along,
and some kid of a fella you twatted you. I know that was going, but as your question, Michael, there's a lot of things potentially that could be. I don't know. Will the human race survive another 25 years? I don't know. Perhaps. You know, I just think.
Will we still be sat around a fire in 25 years' time?
Fucking, we'll probably thrown on a fucking fire somewhere, so in a FEMA camp. Yeah. But, you know.